Right, here we go. Another ranking tier list. This one with a bit of a twist. I'm here with Craig and Craig's brother, Will.
Just found out with brothers. Which is nice.
Who knew? What an incredible.
Incredible.
Lovely, great to see you guys get back together. How long has it been since?
32 years for me since the last.
Yeah,
so,
I'm only 28, but separated, complications with age.
Absolutely.
So
you don't want to get into that.
See you then, mate.
It's a difficult time when it was all.
We go again.
Yes.
We go again.
I'm
Indeed.
sure.
Yes. Back into the tier list. Check out the other ones that we've done. People seem to have enjoyed them and also not enjoyed them. That's part of the fun. I've also done one with Will on his channel about championship clubs. So go and check that out as well.
I'm not happy with that one, to be honest.
Because you're not in it?
No, well, yeah, that, and you play Stoke in a very lowly position within that ranking system.
I don't think I did that as much.
That's upset me slightly.
No, I think if we watch that back, well, go watch it. Right, so this week we are doing one cap wonders. So every single England player who got one cap since 2010.
Nice.
Okay, you know how it works by now. So let's go through the tiers. Bottom tier is this. How? Simple.
Right.
How?
Got you.
How on earth did this guy get a cap for England?
Yeah.
Next one, punching. I get it. He was okay, but he was punching to get himself a cap. One was enough. Okay, you can have your cap. You're just about international standard.
Tokenistic
but
gesture.
No more. Yeah, exactly. And in a camp twist, I've gone with more. I really like him. Oh, should have had more.
Right, yeah.
Didn't feel like I didn't really commit to that, but
we got it.
You got
the
the
song
gist,
you're
yeah.
after, yeah.
So should have had more caps, and then finally should have 50 plus. We'll see if we can find someone like that, right? See if you can argue that. But the thing is, there's some players who have like stopped playing, and then there's some players who've just got their first cap. So that's why I've tried to keep it within the present tense. So I've given it my best shot. Right, so let's go. Do you want to go? I can try and go in order. Let's go in order.
Okay.
So the first one of the decade. Any guesses?
Well, I can see it there.
Well,
so,
yeah.
I mean, shall I say it? Literally can't say it.
Go on,
Kevin Davies of Bolton fame. And Chesterfield.
Well,
10th of October 2010
Yeah.
against Montenegro. Of course, we all remember how that one ended out.
Yeah.
Especially if I click the link.
Yeah.
So he played at the age of 33. Do you remember there was a bit of a hoo-ha around this?
Was it Capella?
It was Capella.
I think it was Capella.
33, that's mental.
Because Capella, he brought Heskey back, didn't he, Capella? And he obviously liked that kind of bulky striker to lead the line.
To complement. Yeah, that's true.
Imagine Gareth Southgate bringing a 33-year-old into the fold now. There'd be absolute outrage.
Well, there's been the odd bit of discussion about things like Troy Deeney.
Deeney's the one.
Yeah.
He just won't. He won't go there.
Yeah.
Which is probably.
It's
right. Harsh, but it's the right decision. So Kevin Davies, was he international quality? But as I say, you've got Howe, punching. One was enough. More. I really liked him.
I think the strange one is taking him at 33 because he was probably better when he was 24, 25.
500 games he played, I think.
But he was a bit of a journeyman. He did the rounds in the lower league with Chesterfield for a long time, wasn't he?
Well, no, so he was at Chesterfield right at the start, and then was like the star from that FA Cup run.
Against Middlesbrough.
Then went to Southampton for a lot of money. He was at Southampton. He's at Blackburn. Bolton's where he kind of.
I feel like he was born when he was 27. Do you know what I mean?
He was never.
It's like Premier League. Nothing happened until he was 27. And then he played for Bolton.
Yeah. He was like the kind of bloke who was like he was born a man. He's a bit old school. Where do you see him ranking?
I remember when he got the cap at Town. I thought, fair enough, he deserves that. But it wasn't through necessarily deserving an ability, but I think he had a good, solid career. He's generally likeable. He deserved it. So I think one was enough, is what I feel. Yeah,
he was. Talent-wise, he got the cap because he was awkward and functional.
Yeah.
So was he punching, or did he really, truly earn that cap?
I think one was enough for me.
Yeah? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Two people saying one was enough. Because he's a nice bloke, one was enough as far as that. That tips him over into that.
Apparently he's a top bloke as well.
Is he? Yeah, I'm going... I don't know what I'm going on. Purely his puffed out chest.
Yeah.
Makes me like him that touch more. Right, next up it was Jay Bothroyd. Played against France in November 2010. Played for QPR, played for Cardiff. We got him from Cardiff. He got his cap when he was playing for Cardiff in the Championship.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Very
quite
good.
impressive, and that doesn't really happen anymore. Jack Butland, maybe, is the last one I can think
He's
of.
nowhere near it at the moment,
Oh,
is he?
gotta
Well,
be
not now,
lucky.
yeah, but-
Gotta be
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah, we got a few. But keepers are a bit more common in Championship. Our field players are very rare, aren't they?
Yeah.
Outside the Prem.
Jay Bothroyd was at Arsenal and they was expected really big things of him. And then what happened was he fell out. I think he got taken off and basically had a hissy fit and then they got rid.
Imagine a Championship forward getting called up now. That'd be like, who's... I don't even think...
I don't know.
I'm amazed he got a cap.
I'm amazed.
It seems unnecessary because just pick a Premiership striker.
Yeah, he was just
Do you
on
know what I
fire in the Championship. And actually what we will find out from this, there's a huge amount of bias based on the club that you're playing for. Which kind of doesn't work with the point I'm trying to make because somehow he got it when he was
for a
Championship side.
I think that was it. My face, if you see it back, that was how. That was very much.
It's definitely how. Because I remember there was like this mystique that he was something better than he was. He went over to Italy, I believe, and there's this mystery surrounding Buffon that he was going to be something. It is how.
Okay.
I think he thinks that as well.
Two for that one again.
You're buzzing though, weren't you? One cap.
Oh, yeah,
if you weren't good
especially
enough,
him. Christ alive.
You treasure it.
Okay. Matt Jarvis.
Cards on the table.
Cards on the table.
Just start following me on Instagram.
No.
So
buzzing with that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. You work 28 years and something like that happens.
So he's got to be the top tier
for me. Yeah, should have had 50 plus without
So talk us through, if you can, however you want to, how it played against Ghana for England. Mm-hmm. Was he international quality? Because I think this is a good panel for that because you give players their what they actually deserve because you see them at the level they're at, but you also see them playing against the top players and the big teams, right? He never played for one of those teams.
Was it Wolves when he got that call
up? I think so.
Because he had a great few years with Wolves.
I think it was Wolves, yeah.
And then he went to Norwich, didn't he?
Yeah. What was it like with you?
You what, sorry?
He was at Birmingham, right?
No.
Oh, I thought he was at Birmingham.
No, played Birmingham.
I just think of him at Wolves. That's my main kind of overriding memory of Jarvis. I think he's a really good Championship, Premier League winger. Nothing exceptional. Like in the same sort of bracket as a Matty Everton type.
I feel
very good for that sort of size of club.
Yeah, but I feel like for 6 months there was a period where he could have gone on to like a Everton, Spurs, and then I think he had loads of bad injuries, didn't he?
Yeah, so it was at Wolves. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was playing at Birmingham. He's on loan at Walsall. Incredible. Mm-hmm. So Wolves, West Ham is at.
West Ham, that was a big move, wasn't it?
I'm getting him mixed up with, and I don't think Everton played for Birmingham either.
No,
but there was like wingers that sort of looked quite similar. Those two. I obviously don't know him well enough to even give any kind of understanding of him. Why is he following you on Instagram?
I don't know. He did some stuff with James Collins recently, and he was. I don't know.
He's a mate as well, is he?
No, mate.
That's fine.
But I would put him in top here.
So where would you put him on this? Matt Jarvis.
I'm going to go one was enough. But he's very close. I think you could argue he could have deserved a few more, but not more.
I think without the injuries, more. But sadly, such is football.
One was enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cynical.
Fraser Campbell.
He came on. He was still playing the other day. He came on. Yeah, was it Huddersfield? Yeah, he was. I was like, what? Where have you been?
So, Man United went to Hull City on loan, was brilliant in getting them up. Then didn't make it at Man United, so went to Spurs. I think in the Berbatov deal, I want to say. Might be wrong there. Had a bit of pedigree then, being from Man United. Has only got one cap. Should he have got more? He's quite talented.
I feel like people think Jesse Lingard's still 21, but he's 27. I still feel like Fraser Campbell's 22.
Yeah, still potential.
Yeah, he could kick on, but he's 32.
Yeah.
For me, I'd go punching.
I'm inclined to agree with that. Again, he had that brief time. There was that golden period. It just could have clicked for him, but
doesn't surprise me that he had a cap.
It does me a little bit, if I'm honest.
Does it?
It surprises you
a little bit.
I feel like he's let himself down a little bit there.
You could say let himself go.
No, because I remember watching him and thinking, he works hard. I think it was last season he played for Hull. He works hard, but I'm not seeing any real quality there. And that's for a player who played games for Man United and played games for Spurs. So I'm surprised that he probably should have done more, but there isn't really a tier for that.
I think and this way beyond my tactical knowledge would be like if he was young now, he'd be better now, if that makes sense. He'd be like one of them number 9s, that, you know, like a Firmino. I'm not comparing Fraser Campbell to Firmino.
It feels like
but like someone who works hard, does everything off the ball and complements like the 2 wingers inside forwards.
Yeah, I think the only place he can go for me is
punching.
Yeah,
I think it's punching.
Yeah,
you're lucky to get that.
Yeah. Right. Next up is Martin Kelly.
Wow.
Good FPL asset.
I've got him on my bench. Is he good?
Yeah, he's cheap.
Yeah, I've got him on my bench.
So he's good, solid player. He's having a good career.
Yeah.
Playing for England though, he got an England cap when he was playing for Liverpool.
Makes
so
sense.
This is the thing that I really noticed from this is players getting caps that they don't deserve because they play for a top 6 team.
But do you think there is some merit in that? Because generally the top 6 teams are managed by intelligent, decent managers and recruitment teams, and if they're seeing something, you've got to put a bit of trust in them systems, haven't you? They're not just like it's not just random blokes and buy him.
Yeah,
they must see something.
Could you also suggest it's a bit lazy?
You could probably argue that as well.
When did he get his cap? Was that?
He got his cap in
Tell me if that was lazy
2012 against Norway. Great game. We all remember how that one ended.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm blown away that he's got a cap for England. How?
Blown away?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, he's not... If you think of the fullbacks that England have had this decade, how is he anywhere near it?
Well. Versatile.
Very true. But do you need that? Do you need that for England?
If it's a World Cup squad, yes.
He got in that squad because he was getting a game for Liverpool, not because he was good enough for England.
I think punching, but I don't think how.
Okay, I think how.
Oh God, I'm going to lean to my right. I think
we are brothers.
Yeah, we are brothers, and we stick together. So I'm going to say punching.
Okay. Next up, John Ruddy.
Oh, I really like John Ruddy.
Yeah,
he's good. He's a good keeper.
He had a couple of good years.
He's a good keeper.
Should still be playing, to be fair. He had a stinker
So
against Villa, actually.
Well, he's at Wolves, isn't he? He's like he's a
reserve keeper.
Reserve keeper at Wolves, 33 years of age. Got his cap. One of those ones that I think if you're English and you're playing in the Premier League for a good few years, you're unlucky if you haven't got into a squad.
Especially if you're a goalkeeper.
You're spot on with that.
Yeah,
you are. I mean, like we've got like Heans and Popes and all them. If you stick around for long enough, you will flop into the England squad as a keeper.
Yeah.
You just
as third place, and then they go, well, go on, chuck him on for a second.
I mean, thinking about of England's keepers that have had a cap over the last 5 years, there'll be a lot, won't there?
I've still got 2 more to come in this
Pickford.
I think one was enough. But then I could have seen him kicking up. To be fair, he's never had. I think to be English goalie, well, normally you've got to be playing for a top 6 club, haven't you, to be a number 1?
Yeah, well, that comes into that debate.
A good number 1.
I would say he's as a goalkeeper. When you draw a goalkeeper, you draw John Ruddy.
Yeah,
that is big and all that. Probably the modern goalkeeper, his kick is probably not up to scratch, and it's how much in modern football you base on that for a goalkeeper.
Ruddy's a good surname as well. You've got to take that into account.
You must.
I think one was enough. I think he deserved that opportunity. He was reasonably solid. Yeah, that column's going to be absolutely cluttered.
Do you think?
By the
that's
end
interesting.
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
By definition, that's why they got one cup. It wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting it right, basically.
Yeah.
Whilst you're still watching this, hit the subscribe button. Caught you off guard there. Steve Coulker. Now, Steve Coulker's obviously had a lot of different issues. He was at QPR. We bought him from Spurs, thinking, how have we got him? Because people were so excited about him. People thought he was sort of, that next Ledley King, the sort of heir to the throne at Spurs. And there were moments when he was good. And the pedigree was there as well, and he looked like a centre back. He had everything he needed, was good on the ball, but obviously all those, he's had problems with his mental health, problems with addiction to alcohol, and that sort of played a big factor in his career. I honestly, you could put him in, should have 50 plus caps.
On that pedigree?
In terms of the pedigree, the talent that he had, the starting point that he had, how good he looked at the start of his career. If he'd been able to kind of, it's a big factor. Football's, only a tiny bit of it is physique and those things. The rest of it's in your mind, and unfortunately, he had those struggles. But for me, there's a conversation to be had that he could have got himself.
But I think,
especially with the centre backs you've got in England.
I think you're considering an alternate universe there. At the end of the day, he didn't, because unfortunately for him, he did encounter those issues, and thus he couldn't get that 50 caps because of issues that were unfortunately within his life. I think he deserved more caps.
But by definition, he's all got one cap, so there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas. Mm-hmm. For him,
played up for Liverpool as well.
Yeah, he could score a goal.
He did score a goal, didn't he? For England.
Did he?
I think so. Looking at your little table, I think it says 1 from 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unless that's a substitute. But no, I think maybe.
Oh god. I assume that's what that was.
I would flirt with that idea, if I'm honest. Stephen Colgan.
I'm looking at the more column there. It could have worked for him, but unfortunately some external issues stalled his England career a little bit.
And went at 2012, so that's what year was that? Centre back wise, we've gone past Ferdinand and Terry, then haven't we?
Yeah, so that's Hodgson.
Nothing standing out, isn't
it? Ukraine, Poland, Euros, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hodgson's first tournament.
Cahill.
It was generally a weakish squad, that one, to be fair.
I'll give you a more.
Okay. I think with the centre backs that we've had in this decade, if he really sort of caught fire, he should have had 50 plus caps. That's my vote. Craig, again, you got the deciding vote. More. Yeah. How do you like it? There he goes. Next up is Carl Jenkinson.
Birmingham legend.
Is he?
Played 3 times for us, then dislocated his shoulder and had to go back to Arsenal.
And that was that.
Yeah. I mean, that for me, that's a wow. How?
So, Sam, we're diving into a trio here who got their one and only caps against Sweden.
Oh, was that the Zlatan?
That was the Zlatan game. Coming on to a Stoke legend in a second. Carl Jenkinson. Is he good?
No, I think.
Was he good?
Well, I mean,
how has he gone?
I know you need to get your watch time up for sort of debates and stuff, but I think that's clearly a how.
Yeah.
4th choice right back for Arsenal. He was playing. Didn't he play last year for Arsenal?
Yeah, I think he came on, didn't he? Ridiculous. Yeah, how? I don't get it.
I don't know enough to comment, but I know he wasn't consistent enough to get more. So
Craig, next one, you know who it is. Your boy.
Mr. Ryan Shawcross.
Mr. Ryan Shawcross.
But before I jump to it, because I've got my opinions and I'm not going to say biased, because I believe in what I'm about to say, but what do you two think?
He is the problem he has is he's caught in a stereotype.
Massively.
Yeah.
Caught in a stereotype by the way he looks, the hairstyle of choice, the club that he played for.
Yeah,
Pulis ball
as well.
He was right in that sort of era. I completely agree.
Because
if he was with another team, if he was top 6, I mean, obviously he wasn't, but he was close to joining Everton several summers.
Had that Man United pedigree. And if you talk about, say, like a centre back like Lewis Dunk, you think he's a guy who just lumps it and he's just a big dude. Yeah. You see him this season play for Brighton, passing the ball about.
Yeah.
It's because he's playing in a different team under a different manager.
Yeah. He was when we got Hughes in and we started playing on the deck a bit more. He was great, adapted comfortably.
I think.
But with Shawcross, we were talking about Corker having external factors. I don't know, but I presume he's not had that many external. He's played to his top ability. So for me, it'd be hard to do the 50 plus.
Between 2010 to 2012, 13, he was phenomenal, and it drove me up the wall that he got.
I remember
1 cap. I went on and on about it. I'm not even saying he should have been starting, but the fact he was overlooked, squad after squad. Hodgson did not help. Hodgson openly said no, not interested.
I would happily put him in more. I really like him.
That's where I'm going. I'm not saying he should have had 50 plus caps. But I really do like Shawcross. I really like him.
I'll give him more.
Okay.
Well done. Is that you guys just being nice?
No, I do like
it. And a very strong, for the bulk of this decade, he's played Premier League football and he's been captain of the Premier League team.
Oh, yeah. He was the captain of a Premier League team for the best part of a decade.
He could have got 6-7 caps.
Give him 10 plus, what are you saying?
12.
Double figures?
Give him 12. Fair. Right, next up, the third in that... Oh no, sorry, we've done those 3 now. On to Jay Rodriguez.
Very interesting
Chile. Very interesting because I like him.
Ever so slightly knocking the door now, could you argue?
He's not truly getting a game.
Knocking the door's a bit dramatic.
He scored a banger against Chelsea recently.
Yeah.
He's got a great touch for a big lad.
Yeah.
He he's good, you know.
He's good.
He's been very unlucky with.
So he was on. Was it 2012? He was on the cup when Southampton had that unbelievable team, didn't they? Like Lallana, Lambert, and he was going to go to the World Cup, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah. Oh, he was certainly he was in the hunt for it, and he got. Was that when he got injured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the Euros or World Cup? Was it 2014?
In Brazil, that was the World Cup.
2014.
Because Lambert went as well.
Right, got you.
Lambert went, didn't
he? And he got injured about 6 games before the end of the season, and when they finished 8th, and he was phenomenal that year.
Talent-wise, I think, and playing. So you see him at Burnley now. You might roll your eyes at him. Southampton played really good football.
Yeah,
he could have had more for me.
Who else did we have? Walcott was vaguely.
Andy Carroll went to the Euros.
Andy Carroll went to the Euros. Yeah, he should have got more. I don't think the quality strikers then and there was that great. He should have had more.
I'm trying to, because I'm just worried that there's going to be no one for this top tier, so I'm trying to form an argument for Rodriguez, but I think it would be more. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Full house.
And there's time yet, if you're watching.
There is time yet, of course. Yeah. We get a final move at the end, of course. You'll know that from the previous tier list. We move on with John Flanagan.
Christ. I mean, that's just absolutely...
Ecuador. Great game, of course. 14 just before the World Cup.
At the time, he did have...
That's a charity cap, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is a charity cap.
That's the odd... Well, it would be a World Cup warm-up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
At the time, he's performing to a decent level, though. Wasn't he? I feel like it would have been
Haunts of Martin Kelly. Liverpool. He what? Joy. He
wasn't that bad.
Do you know, the season they nearly won the league.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
He was the right back.
Exactly.
Was it?
I feel like he was involved. No, maybe I'm wrong there.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I'm.
He was involved.
The only reason I say that is because we had Premier League years on in the office, and there was that. Was it the Norwich game when it went mental? And Glenn Johnson was. No, Cardiff. And Glenn Johnson was playing
5-3 or something.
Yeah. So I think he was involved. He was involved more than he should have been for John Flanagan in the title chasing team.
I do think one was enough. I think.
Though he's had misdemeanors, and that affected his career.
Where's he now?
What are they?
Is he at Rangers?
I think there was some form of domestic abuse case.
Oh, is that Flanagan?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how then? I mean, let's be a bit liberal about it.
Very like. I'm having a go.
Yeah. 50 plus.
Yeah. Well, no, let's keep it. We'll put him in how?
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I think that was before he got the cap before.
And then
that means anything. Let's just move on.
I always get confused with him and Spearing. Even though
Jay Spearing.
Did that happen?
No, he didn't get cap.
The next Gerrard.
Bolton legend. Ryan Mason.
You seem sad about it. I like that they were keeping with the era about like 2015. So we're still Hodgson creeping towards it. He's got 18 months left. Hodgson.
So what, we're heading towards the Euros in France?
2016. Yeah, the Icelandic Euros.
So around this time, Spurs bringing a load of youngsters through. Ryan Mason is one of those.
Oh, is it Sherwood, like Pete Sherwood?
I think it was around that time. Might have been the season after. No. I think it was around that time. Yeah. And so we've got Mason, Dele Alli, Kane, all bursting on the scene. He was that sort of box to box midfielder. But then his career did sort of contest.
So was Dean Marney. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying here?
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not saying how, but I'm saying
really
one was enough.
Yeah.
I think prior to his injury, he was playing in a very poor Hull team in the Premier League. Would he have got more caps post that? He's one of Hull's better players, but would he have got more?
One of Hull's better players is like not the biggest compliment.
Yeah, not at that particular squad. So I think one was enough, but it was a deserved cap at that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Ryan.
Well done, Craig. Well put.
Yes.
Well put.
To Ryan.
To Ryan, yeah. There's one to you. Yeah.
Danny
Ings. This is interesting. So now we're getting a bit closer now. So everyone's still playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although the bulk of that as well. Danny Ings. I like Danny Ings a hell of a lot. I like his movement. He's been hard done by with injuries.
Yeah, it really has.
The move to Liverpool wasn't a bad move for anyone, I don't think.
Was that when he had the injury?
He just got unlucky with those injuries. I remember seeing him when he'd come up with Burnley. He's got a lot of goals with Burnley. Saw him in the Championship. He was great. In the Premier League, his movement was brilliant. He was playing up there on his own, and he's now starting to get the goals again.
Yeah, because Southampton's still I know shit at the moment, but it's still a good move for.
It's a good move for him. Yeah. Is he ever going to get to a point has he got the quality to get to a point where he bangs in enough goals to get himself back in the squad and get a cap?
I still don't think he's regained fitness because he's been out for that long. It's going to take a long time. So if he does, more are coming, I think. It's difficult, this one, because this is more looking to... I think it's more, purely because we're looking into the future more than anything. I think in the moment one was enough because he's been injured, but I think more.
You could imagine him in a World Cup squad.
Yeah.
As a coming off... like Jermaine Defoe was in every squad because he was a poacher and he came off the bench.
Yeah.
Ings could have that sort of pedigree, but he needs to...
Do you know what I was looking at?
What?
I was looking at people with over 50 caps. Defoe's got over 50 caps.
Yeah,
as has Phil Neville got over 50 caps. Okay. Is he getting anywhere near... I don't think, because he's not in his prime, we're actually looking forward, and I'm not sure how you get him into a squad, actually. If you've got Rashford,
he'd need to bang in 20 this year and then get another move to Spurs.
Yeah.
And he ain't going to do that. I don't think.
One was enough? Punching? More. I really like him.
Oh.
I think one was enough with the caveat for now.
We get really sentimental about it.
But he's got so much more to give.
I think more.
Do you think he'll sneak one more cap, thus putting him in the more? I really like him.
As number 9s go, or like straight out strikers, we haven't actually
got that many.
No. We've got a lot of Sancho's, Hudson-Odoi, wingers, but we haven't down the middle.
Will, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Could do a more for me. Come on, brother.
I'll creep towards more.
I doubt it, but it'll be one or two.
We'll get a little bell, little request about whoever wants to sponsor.
That's no. So I'm not getting money for it. Right, we carry on. Good point, Will. Well made.
Thanks, mate.
Nathan Redmond.
Cards on the
table. You need to go and watch me and Will's video, because that's how you'll understand the joke of cards on the table. Otherwise, you're not going to know it. So make sure you do that. Nathan Redmond, game against Germany.
Southgate's in now, is he?
2017.
Ooh, stinks of Southgate, that does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, blood them youngsters. Was he youngsters? Was he young? How old is Redmond? I feel like he's been around for ages.
He's older than you think, Nathan Redmond.
He must be pushing.
Has he got that sort of Jesse Lingard syndrome?
Yeah, definitely. He's been around for a while, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if... What is that? Sorry, I'm typing Nathan Redmond. He is... I thought we said
25.
25? He's younger than I thought.
Oh, more than I think. I think it's time for him, yeah. I rate Redmond. I think he's quite a good player. And he'd been 25, gobsmacked, but he's older.
Wow, I'm amazed he's 25.
I'm just thinking.
Why does he feel like he's been around?
Because again, this could be 50 plus, but then 25. He's a winger, so as a winger, he's a good winger, but he's not got the delivery of he couldn't evolve into a Giggs or a Beckham. So to save everyone's shock and horror, I still think more for me. Oh no, he's kept. Southampton. He's been punching in the Southampton team.
He's one of our players in the Southampton team.
He's going to steal a few more caps, yeah.
Pep loves him.
Pep loves him. Pep does everything. I don't feel like he's earned his cap. That's what's.
Well, this is the thing. Are we doing this retrospectively or looking to the future? Because it's difficult now. Because these are all current.
Well, for these ones, I think you've got to twist it a little bit.
So it changes the dynamic of the argument now, doesn't it?
I'm having to go with the majority. I feel. I'm not sure. If he was your guy, if he's your guy in an England team, you'd be gutted. Yeah. The output's never been good enough for me. Flatters to deceive a little bit.
That's fine.
But I know he's got talent. And interviewed him once. He's a lovely bloke.
Oh, that's good.
I'm happy to go with you guys.
He got called up recently, actually. Didn't he? And then he got dropped from the squad.
Ooh, so it is coming, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to get like a bit of it.
Okay.
Nice
Okay. Right. Jack Cork.
Yeah, he's at Burnley, isn't he?
He is at Burnley. 8-7 games.
Good knowledge.
Yes. Yeah. He's been so consistent for them.
Yes. Yeah. Found his form at Swansea. Got the move.
Works his bollocks off, doesn't he?
He does. How old is he?
Is he 20? Is he about 25?
That's crucial.
It is crucial. Oh, he's 30.
30.
Right, yeah. Well, that's
not getting any younger. Not getting any younger.
He's only younger.
Once enough. Because
the
sort of role he is as well, it's like one of them roles where we haven't got a lot to debate about, which is sort of like your crabby midfielder.
Yeah, I agree. And he's got enough pedigree there with the Chelsea links.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So, one was enough.
For the crabby midfielder, yeah.
He's had an illustrious career, and I've just summed it up as a crabby midfielder.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal
Okay,
player.
now this is interesting.
Go on.
Dominic Solanki.
Mm.
I'm surprised he's already had one now.
Yeah, I think it was hot off the heels of the under 17s winning that. I think they basically just played a game against Brazil and they just gave him a charity cap.
If you didn't know anything about him and you watched his YouTube highlight reel, you'd be like, has he won a Ballon d'Or? Do you know what I mean? Some of the goals he's scoring at under 21 levels, phenomenal. However,
yes,
there is an however.
Yeah,
I just don't think he'll kick on.
The decision for me on this is there are players like Carlton Cole. I remember watching Carlton Cole play for the under 21s and he was frightening.
Was it?
Scored a hat trick, like just unstoppable.
Right.
Absolutely incredible. Solanki, I think at like that youth level, there's a similar element to that. Like physically, he's very impressive. But now getting into the Premier League games, I saw him against Arsenal recently. He's terrible.
Was it? And that's an Arsenal now backline. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so the thing with him for me can he kick on, and is he actually physically as coordinated as you need to be an England striker and play against the best players in the Premier League?
The question you've got to ask yourself is, in 10 years' time, will he have a parody Twitter account against his name because of how bad he was?
Yeah. Because, look, one of Chelsea's best youth players gets a move to, not mid-table club, Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Howe goes, yeah, I'll have him. So I'm probably talking nonsense. But I haven't seen anything to impress me.
A lot of money. Well, there's a lot of kind of people already got bought for that. Like it was a joke amount for him, wasn't there? Eddie Howe, I do trust Eddie Howe. He's a good manager.
Yeah. You trust all the managers involved. Klopp bought him.
Yeah. You wouldn't spend 15 million if you'd...
How old? He must be only 22 now, mustn't he?
Oh, he's probably even younger, yeah. He's probably even younger.
So that... And what we're all culpable of is if someone has a bad run when they're young, writing them off too early.
Yeah.
So we should...
22.
22. So, I mean, he could still kick on.
He's got... I think we're being a bit harsh. I think he's more. He's 22.
He's 22.
I think there's potential. I think a lot of managers put faith in him. I trust them more than us, sorry.
That's true.
I think he's going to sneak another cap or two, at least, going forward.
And he fits that Southgate ethos as well. Do you know, of he's been through all of them.
Yeah. I think that's what will get him more. I think I actually wonder if he's punching.
No, I do agree with you.
But again, this is it. We're looking at it now retrospectively, but I think he's punching to have the cap, but I think going forward he'll get another one or two as a minimum.
Okay, overruled.
Here we go.
Lewis Cook.
Cookie.
I really like Lewis Cook.
A lot of people say that.
Captain of England at youth level. Had a bad injury last year. Now he's back. He's playing it was a match of the day game, but you could see the impact that he'd had in terms of just being there and moving the ball quickly. I think if we're trying to get someone in that tier, I think he's right up there as well as someone who's possibly got the ability to kick on and do that and get himself 50 odd caps.
That's what you want.
The only reason I could see it happen is if he is one of the players that could make a move to... I'm not saying big... No, I am saying ball.
But that's a shame, though, isn't it? It's a shame that always has to happen. They need to get a move before they get to play for England.
But I think that's good, though. That's good for England, though, do you not think? Because if they're playing at a bigger club, they're playing at Champions League level, they're getting more experience.
I agree with all of that. But if you're good enough, you're good enough. Was it Mike Bassett? We said if you're old enough, you're good enough. And there are players that I think often don't get the recognition they deserve just because they're playing for one of those teams.
And he's he's a bit more than a crabby midfielder, isn't he? In terms of
I think he's got more. I think he's got more. He will get that move.
Is he better than Harry Winks?
Harry Winks is annoying me at the moment because I want him to be that guy.
Do you think Harry Winks will get 50 plus caps?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you Cook if you want.
You're sticking at the top two, right?
It's quite a cool thing to do as well. It's just
call it now, call it now. Well, I did say he was going to get 50 caps actually.
Cookie? Cookie, yeah, we said Cookie.
Called that early actually. There's a video. Do you want to see? Do that. Make sure you subscribe. Nick Pope. He's English. He's playing in the Premier League. He's therefore got a cap.
He's got a cap.
Snuck on the plane, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, if you look at the keepers ahead of him...
he is a good goalie, though.
He's a good goalie. I don't see why he wouldn't sneak another 1 or 2 in, just through injuries going forward.
Do you know what?
I think probably better than Pickford if it's just not got the hype and the buzz around him.
He could get...
And he's taller.
He could get 50 caps.
There's no reason he couldn't be England's number 1 just through luck and...
Just makes me sad that Jack Butland... There should be like no debate now. Jack Butland should be England's number 1.
It should be done, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Not
Championship manager, he's like...
Yeah.
It went to shit. I mean, he was worth... We were quoting 30+ million from a few years ago. And it's
we had a 20% on him.
Of course you did, yeah.
So, Nick Pope, right, you've got 2 options here for me. So, because Burnley have sold Tom Heaton, who's a really good goalkeeper, well, because they go, right, Nick Pope's our guy.
No, I watched The Joker with Tom Heaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
How did that come about?
I was just in the cinema and he walked in.
I thought you said you went with him. There you go.
And we were like,
yeah. We set that up differently. Yeah. Honest at the end.
True story.
So where we put him? Do you think he could get 50 caps?
But you won't.
Probably won't, really.
Is he better than Pickford?
Yeah.
Is he better than Heaton?
I think he's better than Pickford.
Yeah.
To get 50 caps as an England keeper, you've got to generally be number 1. Or you won't get there. So you've got to say, is he capable of being the England number 1?
Is it too harsh to say it'd be a sorry state of affairs if he was England's number 1?
Not really.
No, I don't think. I think it would be. He needs to.
You just need that break.
Move as well.
You need that break as well.
I was going to say I've never seen him make a mistake, but then I'll never watch Burnley. Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
He gets a lot of FPL points as well.
I'm going to more.
So yeah, I think
more.
I mean, he might just miss out on 50. He might get about 25.
He needs like a good. What he's done really well is to get back as Burnley's number 1 after having that rank injury.
Yeah.
He could crack on again.
Where did we put Jay Bufford? I've taken him off.
He's in how?
Yeah, he's
already done him.
Oh, I've
double
got 2
how.
pictures of him. Double how. There you go, double how. Right. Okay. Nathaniel Chalobah.
Now, Troy Deeney, I remember on Monday Night Football.
I remember that.
Said that he was he the most exciting player he played with, or
yeah,
he could be
along those lines,
could be a world beater. So for that reason alone, no, that's all I'm going off. Again,
wouldn't lie.
What would you put him in Football Manager? Like a deep line playmaker? What's it called? Mazzella these days?
Yeah.
Mazzella.
He hasn't played enough football.
He's not.
In
a poor, well, not poor actually, but certainly this season a poor Watford team. So
yeah,
can't be telling.
I've got no problems with like loan moves, but so he's had a good. He's been playing since 2010, and he's
24 though.
And he's got 10 games for Chelsea, 38 for Watford, 12, 19, 15, 17. It's not a lot. He's had troubles with injuries.
I can imagine Arsenal minor.
Could you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because, a bit sort of element of Moneyball there.
Yeah.
But is he good enough?
I don't know enough about him.
He's not played enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's his fault.
Yeah.
How?
He should have thought that. I think you could argue how actually purely not even on ability, but just the fact that he got a cap with how little he's played.
Yeah.
I mean that's not even having a dig at him. Well, I suppose it is in a way, but
but
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you've not played that much, but you get an England cap.
Pushing.
I think that's Southgate just blooding youngsters, isn't
Jason
it?
punching.
What do you think?
Get your point.
How for now? If I'll describe that.
If he goes on to have the same amount of games each season, then you would look at his career at the end and go, "How did you get a cap?"
Yeah, he's either going to accelerate and go to top 6, or
he'll just fizzle.
Next season he'll be in the Championship.
I think he's a bit of a Tom Cleverley, possibly a bit of a Tom Cleverley. Next up, Lewis Dunk. I'm a big fan of his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because of the fantasy football though?
No. I just think I'm impressed with how he's better on the ball than I gave him credit for.
Now, how old is he?
He's not that old. I think he's about 25. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Dunk's a move away from a trickle of caps.
Yeah.
If he left
Where does he
Brighton
go now? Do you think he could go to a Tottenham?
You always say the
I was amazed he
cliche,
didn't go to Leicester.
Everton, Tottenham, West Ham.
Yeah.
I think Tottenham probably level above now, but West Ham, Everton, there's just sort of, that's where a caps.
I'm amazed he didn't go to Leicester because I thought once Maguire went, then he would be the replacement.
The cycle, wasn't it?
But yeah, then I think Todd Gusker was involved as well. Anyway, I expect him to get more caps.
I think more caps.
The move happens. But if Brighton have a good season, he might stick with them. I don't know.
And he's been getting in the England squad now at Brighton.
Yeah.
I'd say more.
Yeah, I really like him. Next up is Alex McCarthy. On to our final two now.
Alex McCarthy. Goalkeepers are different. You have to... The rule book almost goes out the window for goalkeepers.
It does. It's very difficult, isn't it? I mean, can you again see him being England number one going forward?
No.
Not a how, because...
I think he's punching.
Punching.
I think definitely punching for me. It feels really odd.
When you struggle to get in the Southampton starting 11.
And you're still getting an England cap.
Yeah. How?
And finally, Tyrone Mings. Doing things.
That's a good noise.
Tyrone Mings, yeah.
He's got more.
Do you know, someone made a call on the podcast right at the start of the season saying he'll be in the Euro 2020 squad. And I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of good press around him.
You know, I reckon he's the most realistic out of all these to get potentially 50. I think he's really, really stepping up. Like, game by game, he's emerging as a brilliant centre-half.
But Bournemouth didn't want him.
I know, that was weird, but he's doing great this year.
26.
Maybe
who are your four on the plane? Who are your four England centre backs? Stones, Maguire, Dunk, Tarkowski's out there.
Not Keane,
sorry, yeah.
Not but
no,
he
not
should go.
Exactly. So
if he didn't play for Villa, I'd start him every game. I think he, to be fair, in an age where it's, I'm just going to go a bit like Sam Allardyce, Tony Pulis, but he's a proper centre back, and he's young and he's a proper leader as well.
Yeah,
and these things absolutely pain me to say.
I agree, and I think it's also because he hasn't had that easy route.
No,
I think he's smarter for it. Yeah, I think he's smarter for it. Will he get 50?
The only reason Bournemouth sold him was based on his injury record, I think.
Right.
And if he can do a full season in the Premier League, I'd be inclined to. And you take all the factors in. We've got shit back four at the moment. Terrible back. John Stones can't play for Man City. Michael Keane's battling relegation.
Gomez, people have been screaming, I'd imagine.
But he can't get a game.
Yeah, but he's still good.
No, yeah, definitely. But that's potential and pedigree.
I think you could argue he's the most consistently performing English centre back at this moment as we record.
Good for a highlight reel as well. Always like blocks a ball with his head or like gets his bollocks in the way or something. Do you know what I mean?
I think chuck him up there. We should have 50. It's a lonely place, that one. I think he deserves to.
Optimistic.
Yeah, no, I think 50 plus.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Right, we finish off the video in this fashion. Everyone gets a move. Will, you're the guest.
Oh right.
You get to make one move.
Matty Jarvis, surely.
Talk us through it.
We're trying to think. Just do that to keep right on Nathan Redmond into the 50 plus category.
He's younger than we thought.
He's younger than we thought. Can I change? Oh no.
No, you don't know.
Sorry, mate.
Locked in.
I forgot we had Jadon Sancho and Hudson-Odoi and Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, exactly.
Could do it,
Rashford.
Right, yeah. Godspeed.
Craigie.
I'm going to move the Davies up one. I just think he did a few more, just because he seemed like a decent bloke. And he worked his way up and he deserved that moment. I'm not saying 10-20, I just think 2 or 3 would be nice to join his other cap. Keep it company.
I'm going to go with...
Don't talk
Oh,
you have a right then.
Oh, so it's between Kulka and Solanki. It could have been so different for Kulka. It could have been. Yeah. It really could have
You put a good argument for him.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Right. Thanks, boys.
That's brilliant.
Another tier list done and dusted. Go check out all the other ones. If you just want to listen to it, you can do that on the Great Touch podcast. Go check out Will's channel and subscribe to it whilst you're there. Craig, when's your channel dropping?
No, never.
Exactly.
I'll do it, Craig.
So if you wanted to, the only place you will see him,
imagine that.
my channel.
Yeah,
right?
Wow.
So hit the subscribe button.
Good, isn't it?
And we'll see you very soon.